What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James ThnxCya and welcome back today to Minecraft. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back, welcome back. Today is a very unexpected and potentially a very, very awesome video here in the latest Minecraft Snapshot 18W44A. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting to make this video. I was just on Twitter and I follow like Minecraft and the developers and stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom! This snapshot just got released, and oh my goodness me, this is potentially huge for Minecraft, how you play it, survival mode, everything like that. There are so many potential changes that could completely change the way that Minecraft plays, and I just had to jump in and check these bad boys out. So, just before we look at the items, there was like a snapshot last week, and I was planning on making a video on it. However, the number one thing that I wanted to cover on the channel was the new types of village generation. So I saw these things teased at Minecon on the live stream, and I was like, oh my goodness me, that's amazing. If you've been with the channel for a while, you'll know I love a randomly generated structure. Oh, geez. Look at this one. This one's terrible. But yeah, I was super excited to go and check those out. Unfortunately, as of right now, I don't think they're in any of these snapshots. However, this one just came out today. Dun 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 dun. Oh my goodness me. So, until you know the names of these blocks, you're probably thinking, what on earth are these things? This could really, really change the way that Minecraft is played. And to be honest with you, I'm actually super, super pumped at some of these items. So yeah, unfortunately, as of right now, because this is a snapshot and this is how they test these things, pretty much every single one of these blocks has no functionality whatsoever. They're just purely, for now, an aesthetic item. However, we can kind of like work out roughly what they're going to do. So the only one that actually works is the Loom. Now, this Loom was introduced in last week's snapshot, so yeah, we're going to have a mess around with that just in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, the snapshots for nearly said 1.4. The snapshots for the Village and Pillage updates, there's some really cool stuff, man. So the first thing, obviously, is that a lot of the textures have changed. Personally, I really, really like the texture changes. I know a few people don't really like them, but I like them a lot. I think they look great. And then, of course, we have loads and loads of new variants for all the different types of stones. So we got all types of slabs. We've got loads of types of staircases. We've got all the different wall blocks. We've got half slabs. It's great for people who like to build. But we now have these bad boys to check out. So we're going to go through them one by one. We're going to sort of speculate as to what I think they're going to be about. We might as well start with the Loom. Now, this one was added in a previous snapshot, so this is the only one that currently has like a proper functionality, and this basically allows you to craft banners without all of the faffing about. It's actually really, really useful. So banners are something that I've never messed around with particularly much, just because, I don't know, it's just not really something that I really mess around with, but I think the Loom is definitely going to help with that. So just a super duper basic kind of tutorial here. Basically what you need, we just got some random banners. So we just stick them in the banner slot, and then when we get a piece of dye, boom, it shows us all of the different patterns that we can use on that banner. So, I don't know, let's go with this wiggly one. So yeah, we've got a random banner, and then we've got yellow. So this is going to be white and yellow. It shows us what it's going to look like. And then if we want to keep that pattern, we just click on here, and then we get the banner back. But if we want to sort of further customize it, we just stick it right back into the Loom slot, and then we go and pick another color. So let's pick orange, and let's go with, I don't know, this sort of cross. Okay, that's super ugly already. Let's go and put it back in, and then we'll just use this red dye here. Let's pick another pattern. Let's go with this little dot, and yeah, there we go, boom. We've crafted ourselves a kind of strange looking banner. It's nice. I really like this. Now, there is a third slot here at the bottom, which is basically a pattern place. Now, the thing is with the patterns, there are actually 4 patterns in the creative inventory. These are the flower charge, the creeper charge, the skull charge, and the thing. So these are special crafting items that you can use. Now, each one of these is a certain item and a piece of paper. So it's a piece of paper and an oxeye daisy to get this one. It's a piece of paper and a creeper skull to get, or creeper head, to get the creeper charge. It's a wither skull and a piece of paper for the skull charge. And I think that's a notch apple. A notch apple and a piece of paper, and you'll get the, let's actually try it. Yeah, okay, so very, very quickly, if we stick our banner back in, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's use the thing, put it in at the bottom. Oh, So if I put the banner that we just made back in here, I put our banner pattern back in, and I put some dye in here, there we go. Boom! We've created the almighty notch apple thing. It's kind of cool. Anyway, new items. This is where it gets exciting. So essentially what these items can do is I think they're going to replace the standard crafting table. Like right now, the crafting table is like the almighty powerful thing, and everything pretty much that we need has to be crafted using the crafting table. Of course, we've got the enchantment table, we've got the potion brewing, and you've got like an anvil and stuff, but pretty much everything else is used via the crafting table. And I think this change is being implemented to essentially completely change up the way that we make things in Minecraft. So a lot of the time change is bad and people kind of get worried and stressed out. Personally, I think this is really, really awesome. It creates like more layers to the game. It makes things a bit more challenging. It just makes things more varied. And the first item here is, this is a smoker. So we already have like a furnace to cook food, but we also use the furnace to smelt ore. And I don't know about you, but in my kitchen, I've never used my oven to smelt any ore. So this is a smoker, and it basically, I think, will cook meat. Now, as I kind of mentioned, as of right now, these items don't actually have any kind of functionality right now, because I guess they're going to get to that in like a next snapshot. But the only thing that you can do with the smoker is you can actually hook it up to a hopper, and it does, except... No, it doesn't. Hang on. I might have actually filled this up. Hang on. So if I break this... Okay. Ah, yeah, I filled it up. So look at that. That's really mad. So smoker. It then starts to take the raw beef into the smoker. So a few of these items work with hoppers. Now, as of right now, they don't really do very much. I assume that you probably have to fuel it at some point. And there isn't really any way. So if I grab some coal and I right-click it, I can't do anything. If I right-click the smoker, there's no interface. If I put the coal in here, it doesn't do anything. So it doesn't cook any food right now. But I think these items can be hooked up to hoppers. And in doing so, maybe someone who's a little bit better at Minecraft than me can probably work out some kind of crazy redstone automated crafting style thing. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that people have been using in mods for ages. People really like an automated system. And I think... this could potentially do this. So yes, smoker to cook foods. Maybe this is going to replace the furnace. I'm not too sure. So speaking of furnaces, we actually have this bad boy here, which is called the blast furnace. Now this is kind of interesting. So are they going to keep like the classic Minecraft furnace, or are they going to replace it with the blast furnace, or are they going to have both? I'm not too sure. The only thing that I'm thinking of is you probably won't be able to use the blast furnace to cook any food. This is going to be primarily for smelting ores. Now, I was kind of wondering, like, will they keep the original furnace so you can maybe, like, smelt iron or something? And then maybe if you want to do gold instead, you know, something that you kind of is a little bit rarer, I suppose, maybe you need to then craft a blast furnace, which will be sort of a more efficient way of doing it. Maybe it's a quicker version of the furnace instead. I don't know. There's nothing we can do with it right now. We can't click it. The only thing that I do know is that it does, once again, work with a hopper. So, I don't know, let's just grab some gold ore, I guess. Oh, geez, hang on. Ore, there we go. That's how we spell it. Boom. So, yeah, we can... Oh, have I filled it up again? I've been messing around with these. Hang on. Let me break this furnace. I was messing about with it with some diamond ore. I don't know why. But, yeah, there we go. So, a fresh one, and then it starts to take gold from the hopper. So, once again, we're probably going to have to fuel it, but I imagine that there's probably a more efficient way of smelting, maybe a quicker way of smelting, or maybe you can only smelt certain ores inside the blast furnace. This is all just speculation right now, but I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. I like this. A lot of games which are kind of maybe Minecraft inspired have all of these in already. So me personally, we've played ThnxCya and we've played My Time at Portia, and both of those games have loads of different preparation items which do all of the various things. So I like this. I think this is cool. I think this is different. I think this is exciting. This is what Minecraft needs, and this is what Minecraft has needed for like 2.5 years now. Just some like proper development, some proper new items. It's cool. Anyway, as we continue, the fourth one really. Once again, we can't click on it, but this is this is a fletching table. Now, fletching is bow and arrows, as you can kind of see. roughly. You've got like a little red target on the side, you've got an arrow, you've got a bow, you've got an arrow here. So either you can only craft a bow and arrow on this table. I don't think that's technically true, unless they actually scrap the crafting table in total, which I don't think they would do either. I think this is more for actually making poison arrows, or, you know, all the different types of arrows that you can make. So you've got so many different arrows with potions, and I think the only way that you might be able to make these is having a fletching table and then making them with however they choose to do it. Chances are the recipes are still going to be the same, but you probably need to use a fletching table in order to do that. I imagine there'll be a few people here which are saying, oh, it's just going to make life so much more complicated. But I like this. I really like this. If this was how it was from day one, no one would be complaining. But it's just because it's new and we're so used to like a certain way of doing things that it's kind of a bit weird. But I think it's a good change. I really like it. It's awesome. Anyway, we've got a few more to look at here. So this one, very simply, it's just called a barrel. And it can be placed in different orientations. So this is just like straight up. You can see there's like a tiny little hole in the top. And you can place them on their sides. You can place them this, that, and the other. So I imagine that maybe we can put stuff in a barrel. Usually you put liquids in a barrel, but maybe you can store water in them or something. Maybe it's just general storage, or maybe it's just a design block, like an aesthetic thing. I don't know. I mean, some of these items might be spawning in the new NPC villages. That's another thing to think about. But those are the barrels. And then moving on, this one is the Cartographer table. So once again, we can't interact with it, but this is basically maps and mapping. And like, that's something I haven't really messed around with Minecraft too much. We did a snapshot where we looked at the treasure maps, but I think this is probably to adjust the size of maps. So if you are someone that's familiar with maps and the mapping system in Minecraft, I think this is definitely going to be a cool table for you. You can probably change the sizes of the maps and this, that, and the other. Kind of nifty. Moving on, this one is the Grindstone. This one's got me confused. So you can put this in different orientations. I used melons because the texture looks kind of weird, but I sort of like it. Yeah, you can put them upside down, you can put them on the sides of walls, and you can just put them straight up like that. So obviously, like, a grindstone is used for sharpening things. Now, this is the one that I can't work out. So if you maybe sharpen, what? Can you sharpen a sword? Would it give you durability back? I don't think so. Would you then have to use a grindstone to get the sharpness enchant? Are they removing the sharpness enchant? Is it just an aesthetic block? Is it going to go in like a blacksmith shop in a village? I have no idea. It's kind of cool though. It looks awesome. So yeah, grindstone. Don't know what it does, but I like it. And then this one is, what's the actual name for it? Stonecutter. This one is also really cool. So we have now had introduced into the game so many new different types of stone. So many different types. We've got bricks and slabs and all sorts with all the different variants. Are we now going to have to use a stone cutter in order to actually produce the half slabs or whatever to use them? Are we no longer going to be able to use a crafting table? Do we have to use a stone cutter tool? Maybe. I kind of understand it. So I think if you're looking for logical IRL style games, I know Minecraft isn't exactly the most sort of true to that, but I do think that if you actually think about it, how would you possibly just whack a load of stone into a crafting bench and have these like perfectly cut slabs and staircases and stuff? Maybe we need to use the stone cutter to do that. I think that's kind of cool. I think you could set up like a workshop. You could have a blacksmith shop in your base. You could have anvils and stone cutters, and you could have grinding stones and blast furnaces. I think it's going to be cool. But yeah, there's the stone cutter. So it's just like a flat sort of block, and you've got like a blade coming out the top. Interestingly, though, you're going to have one for wood as well, or you're going to make wood the old-fashioned way. I do not know. Anyway, last two items. This one is the bell, which I think is kind of nifty. So you can put this once again. It kind of orientates to however you want to put it. But I think actually a couple of the orientations are broken right now. Let's try it. I should have set this up. Hang on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's do that. So, okay, that goes like that. Okay, I can't put it sideways. No, I think maybe it just goes in one orientation. It kind of goes like, you know, that way, and then it goes this way if you want it to. And it doesn't ring yet. I think, right? This is my speculation on this. I think you're going to find these in the new NPC villages. And I reckon when there's going to be a pillager raid, the villagers are going to ring the bell. That's what I think. That would be really cool if that was true. But I don't know. It's a bell. It looks nice. And then the final item here is the Lectern. Now, this one is really nice. I saw one of the developers retweet a Lectern, and you basically put a book on it, and the book displayed on the top of the Lectern, and it opened up the pages. But then when you walked away, the pages actually closed. So it was kind of on like a proximity thing. So as I walk up to it like this, the book opens, and then it kind of has like a nice emote. Basically like, do you know on the top of an enchanting table when the book opens? It's kind of like that. But I think this is probably going to be for displaying books, maybe for adventure map makers. Because you can now edit books, can't you? So I don't know the functionality of this just yet, but it's going to look awesome in your library to maybe display some cool books. It's going to be really good in adventure maps. It just looks nice. New items. This is what we need. This is what we needed years ago, Minecraft. Why? Why did it take you so long? But yeah, I really like them. So in terms of like a little snapshot update, this is kind of just a very first look at these items. So when they actually add some functionality, we can stop speculating about these and I can actually show you how they work. But until then, we're just going to have to kind of discuss what we think they do. And I think I've got most of the things fairly accurate. They could change. I don't know. Oh, geez, I completely forgot one as well. Oops. So yeah, I was just going through it and I was like, wait a second. Wasn't there another one that we missed out on? Yep, it was. This one is the smithing table. So once again, this is huge. This is so huge for the game. And basically, a smithing table is where you create armor. So I feel that you are no longer going to be able to create armor in a crafting table, or maybe you can only craft certain tier armor. So maybe you can only make like leather armor in the table, but if you actually want to do maybe like iron armor or diamond armor or something, maybe you need to use this bad boy, the smithing table, to actually make what you want to make. So as you can see, it's got like the 3x3 on the top. You've got like a hammer on the side. You've got like a little pouch of whatever. And yeah, I think you're going to have to use this smithing table to actually create armor. So once again, just huge, because we've got the way you cook, the way you smelt, the way you use arrows, the way you use maps, the way you make armor, the way you cook stone. It's so big. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think that is probably going to be about it for this video here today. Yeah, so as I kind of mentioned, there's been loads and loads of additional changes that we haven't covered in this video. This video was purely about these brand new items that have just been added. And yeah, just very, very, very brief summary. All sorts of different types of blocks, stone, you've got staircases, half slabs, everything. You've had different designs and images for everything. You've got new flowers, you've got... oh geez, there's so much. There's so much. There's loads of other changes to the game. We've got new things coming soon, village and pillagers. We've got the new villages coming, which I'm definitely going to cover. And there's so much more. There's too many to put in this video. But yeah, the main point of this video was to show off these new blocks. So as I mentioned once again, most of these are now aesthetic, but they will have some functionality at some point, apparently. So as soon as these do have some functionality, we'll definitely make another video where we can actually see what these things do. So we're just speculating right now. They could change. Who knows? I'm super excited to see them. And yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please remember to poke me in that like button. And if you are not yet subscribed, go for it, because we do Roblox done fun. But until next time, thank you once again for watching. It's been such a pleasure. As always, thanks. ThnxCya.